Hello traders, this is Dave with the Compass Options Live Trading Room again. And this video is going to be a little different than the Periscope. I'm going to try to do a Periscope a little later. It might be Monday before I get the Periscope done. But this video is going to be on using the Compass and Dominator combo. That's called the Compass Dominator combo training. We'll be talking about how we use the Compass system in conjunction with the Dominator system to even increase our high probability trade setups and allow us to stay in trades longer and even take bigger size on some of these setups. So I wanted to do a video on that. It shouldn't take too long, but we'll run it through here. So again, good evening, and let's get started here. Again, we have to do our disclaimer. All signals and trading opportunities we provide here, orally, written, or electronically, are for educational and demonstration purposes only. Trading is very risky, so you should never trade with more money than you can afford to lose. And neither myself or Right Line Trading are licensed financial advisors, so we won't be giving financial advice. So I'm going to start off just by looking at a Dominator chart here. Just in case you're not familiar with the Dominator, this is what the chart looks like. We'll go into the details on it. Basically, down below here, you've got 10 lines, and these 10 lines correspond to 5 different ETFs. We'll go over exactly what they are, but you can see that we have background colors, which in this case was black, and then it went to a light pink and then a dark pink. And these background colors indicate what the multi-time frame trend is for any particular stock that we're looking at. In this case, we're looking at the SPY on a 5-minute chart. Black background means neutral, there is no direction. A light pink is tending bearish, and dark pink is very bearish. And the lines down below here are talking about they actually show the stocks that are moving up on up volume and upticks versus stocks moving down on down volume and down ticks. And there's 5 indexes that are being looked at, and they're reflected down here. But the important thing is when you get a bearish market internals, when the market internals turn all red, stocks that have pink or red backgrounds will start getting sell signals. And when they turn all green, stocks that have green backgrounds will start getting buy signals. So we're getting buy signals on bullish stocks and sell signals on bearish stocks when the market internals line up. So let me just get into this again. This is another one that another trade that shows what the stock looked like when the internals all went green. Notice we had a black background, and then we went to this lightish greenish bluish, which is a bullish, and then it goes to a dark green, which is very bullish. And you notice as soon as the Dominator colors turned all green, in other words, when it went from mixed colors and mostly red to all green, that's a market internals are very bullish, and we start getting buy signals, and you could just stay in this trade basically all day long, and take your profits, get back in here when the stock pulled back down to the 15. But you'll notice the market internals stay pretty much green all day long on this one. So that's what the Dominator system looks like on Ninja. It's being presented on the Ninja charts. It's the only chart that you can actually put the Dominator system on because of the fact that we're getting the feed from Kinetic. Kinetic is a data feed company that sends market internals to Ninja, and then the Dominator system then looks at that data and does the calculations. All right, so and there's another one here, same thing, a different stock. This is Netflix. Notice right here, when all the market internals went green at 11:45, we get a buy signal because we have green market internals. We have a green background, so we have a bullish stock. The multi-time frame trend is up, so you would be entering here, and it shows you it stays green all day long. All right, so this is what the market internals are that the Dominator is looking at. It's looking at the market internals for 5 different indexes. It's looking at them for the Dow, the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ or the triple Qs, the S&P 500 or the SPY, and the Russell 2000. So it's looking at the market internals across all 5 of those indexes, all the stocks that are involved in that. Now, what it measures is the number of stocks moving up on up volume and up ticks versus the number of stocks moving down on down volume and down tick. So it's looking at the number of stocks moving up on up volume and up tick versus the number of stocks moving down on down volume and down ticks. It is not looking at price. It's not looking at how much these moves are. It's looking at the total quantity of stocks that are moving up and moving down based on those criteria. Now, when there is a significant disparity in the stocks moving up versus the stocks moving down, there's going to be a buy or sell signal that's going to be created for the stock or the index if the multi-time frame trend aligns with that signal. So in other words, when the market internals go green, it's going to be putting out buy signals on stocks that have a bullish multi-time frame trend. In other words, a green background on the Ninja system. It's not going to put any buy signals on a stock that has a bearish background. So anytime you get market internals going green, you're going to be looking for stocks that are bullish to see your buy signals. And I'll show you that here in just a little bit. So again, a buy or sell signal is going to be created for the stock or the index if the multi-time frame trend aligns with the signal. So if the multi-time frame trend is green and the market internals are green, you'll get buy signals. If the multi-time frame trend is red and you have sell signals, market internals being red, you'll get sell signals. Again, the backgrounds are, we have black for neutral and light pink or dark pink for bearish and light green or dark green for bullish. So we're going to be trading with stocks in the direction that matches their multi-time frame trend. We're not going to be trading stocks that have pink backgrounds long. We're going to be only trading the green backgrounds long, which would be the multi-time frame trend. And when you're looking at the charts, the market internals will always be the same no matter what stock you look at. In other words, these market internals are looking at the overall, those overall 5 indexes we talked about up here. They're not looking at market internals for an individual stock. You really can't do that because we're talking about market internals, not an individual stock internals. So they're always going to be the same no matter what chart you look at. But the multi-time frame trend on each stock will indicate what the trend is for that stock, whether it's bullish, which would be light green or dark green, bearish, light pink or dark pink, or neutral, which would be black. So each time you check a stock on the Ninja platform, on the Dominator, the color of the background is going to tell you what the trend is on that stock. And that tells you which way to trade the stock. If you got a pink background, you're not going to be trading the stock long. You're only going to be trading it short. And this corresponds to our high probability trade setup philosophy that we follow, which is only trade stocks in the direction that their trend is. All right, so what we're looking for on the Compass Dominator alignment, we're looking for the highest probability trade setups. We're looking for the highest probability trade setups that have the Compass and Dominator alignment. So we want the Compass system and the Dominator system to line up. So when the Dominator system, for example, gives us buy signals on a green background, we want the Compass system to also be green across the multi-time frame gear and the current time frame gear. And we'll show that here in just a minute. When the Dominator shows bullish market internals, stock with a green background on the Ninja Dominator will have buy signals and vice versa for bearish. So you'll have green signals on stocks with green backgrounds, red sell signals on stocks with red backgrounds if the market internals match that direction. And when you have a Dominator buy or sell signal on a stock whose stocks are a potential trade. In other words, when you get a buy or sell signal on the stock you're looking at, and it becomes a potential trade, you want to make sure that your Compass indicators also match the direction of the trade. And then you're going to follow our highest probability trade setup criteria that we use for all of our Compass settings. I mean, it's going to be following the same thing. So once you get a Dominator buy signal, for example, on a stock that's got a green background, then you're going to be looking at the highest probability trade setups when to take an entry on that. And that would be either a breakout of dynamic compression zone. We'll be looking for the hike and arch reversal candles on it. If the breakout is in the same direction as the stock's current trend, which would have to be in this case, since the Ninja program, the Dominator system is giving us the green background. And obviously we would like it to break out in the same direction as the current market trend if there is one. And in this case it will be, because the Dominator with the market internals is telling us that we have a bullish market. And of course, you'd want the modified Laguerre for current time frame to also match your direction. So blue or green for bullish, red or yellow for bearish. And the modified Laguerre for multi-time frame also matches your trade direction. And Bollinger Bands expanding. This is stuff that we see every day as far as what we're looking for highest probability trades. Select stocks that have relative strength or relative weakness versus a SPY. And again, we cover that every single day. And if it may be a swing trade, you want the daily chart to match the trade direction as well. And, you know, pop out of the box signal can add conviction and have patience. We're going to be looking for these all day long. But this is the highest probability trade setup is what we always use in the compass system. We now incorporating the Dominator system in there to give us even a higher conviction on the trade. Right, so here's what the compass Dominator combo is. This is what we're looking at. If it's bullish, we're going to have a Dominator background is going to be green, either light green or dark green, and we're going to have a Dominator buy signal. If that's the case, that means we've got a trending stock that's trending up, and we've got the market internals will be green or bullish, and so we'll get a buy signal. Bearish, the Dominator background should be red, pink basically, and the Dominator will be producing sell signals on the stocks that are bearish, I'm sorry. When this happens, when we get a compass Dominator combination matching up, whether it's bullish or bearish, you're able to take larger trade size because your conviction rate is going to be much higher on this, and it's possible to stay in trades longer when you're following along with the market internals, because as long as the market internals continue to show green for bullish and red for bearish, you can stay in that trade knowing the market internals are with you. Once the market internals move against you, you would then get out of the trade. And the best entries for levels for trade when the Dominator aligns, when we have the Dominator aligning with the compass system, would be like a bounce off the 15 EMA of an EMA, the smooth EMA. A bounce off the VWAP, for example, would be another level we could use. A bounce off the white pivot point line. When I say bounce, it's either bouncing up or bouncing down if it's bearish. And also a breakout of dynamic compression zone. These are 4 potential entries on a trade when it flashes on your screen as being a buy with a buy signal. You want to try to get in at support, and you want to buy at support and sell at a resistance level. All right, so entering and exiting the Compass Dominator highest probability trades. So when you have a Compass Dominator high probability trade setup, you want to enter the trade near support for bullish and near resistance for bearish, what we just talked about. And again, we want the Compass Dominators to match up. We want the Dominator to be giving us market internals that, for example, if we want to go long, we want those market internals to be green, and we want our stocks to have green backgrounds with buy signals on them. And you're going to be looking to get in somewhere near support on a bullish stock, and you're going to be shorting somewhere near resistance on a bearish stock. You also want to be aware of the major support and resistance levels on those stocks that you're getting into. Make sure you've got enough room on the trade when you get into the trade. It's going to give you enough room to make a substantial profit on it, so you're not getting stopped out. You don't want to be entering a stock off a dynamic compression zone if it has a horizontal resistance level, 10 or 15 cents above that. You're looking for stocks that have plenty of the room to the upside. Now, in exiting, if the price closes below your support level on bullish trades or above the resistance level on bearish trades, you would get out. So if you get in on let's say a bounce off the VWAP, stock comes down to the VWAP, bounces off the VWAP, volume weighted average price, and then pulls back and closes below that VWAP on a 5-minute candle, you wouldn't want to stay in the trade at that point. Your support level has been broken, and then you could come back and relook at it later to see if you wanted to do it again. But you don't want to stay in the trade once your support level has been broken on a bullish trade, or your resistance level has been broken on a bearish trade. Profit targets should also take the overall market trend into consideration. So if we're having a trending day in the market, the market's been bullish all day or bearish all day, then when you do that, you can allow the trade more time and you can take larger profits. And you can even scale out. If you have multiple contracts, you can scale out if you've got a trending day and try to squeeze more profits out of that. On choppy markets, which we've had a lot of, you pretty much have to take profits pretty quickly. So as soon as you see your stock, if you have a bullish stock, as soon as you see it starting to lose momentum, and maybe the buy signal disappears because you're getting some mixed market internals, you take profits and get out right there. So again, it's important to be able to identify whether you're having a trending day or a choppy day. And if you look at the market internals on the Dominator, you'll see trending days are going to have pretty solid same color for a good long period of time. Choppy days are going to have a lot of mixed red and green. And these are potential profitability exits. So when you get in a trade, where you want to take your exits for profit. If the market internals reverse and produce a signal in the opposite direction of your trade, that means not neutral but opposite. So if you have a green buy signal on the market internals and your stock, and then the market internals turn red, you're going to have the green buy signal is going to disappear. You're not going to show it on the candle. And if you look at stocks that are bearish at that point, if they're having sell signals, then you don't want to be in that trade anymore. Obviously, it's lost its momentum and it's fading. The stock loses relative strength, for example, in bullish trades, or loses relative weakness for bearish trades. So if you get a stock that's moving up faster than the SPY, which means relative strength, SPY's up like 1%, your stock's up 2%, you want that stock to maintain that relative strength. If the relative strength stops to wane, in other words, the market's still moving up and your stock's moving sideways or moving down, then if you've got profits, it's a good time to take the profits. And then the stock may go sideways and then head back up again, and you can re-enter it. If you hit a predetermined profit target, on choppy days, this is what most of the time is what I do. Put a profit target in there and try to set what I think is a reasonable profit target based on the stock price movement, and get out based on that, especially on choppy days for sure. You're in profits and the stock loses momentum. This is what we were just talking about. If you have money in the stock, it's moving up. Let's say you get 5-6 green candles in a row, and that starts putting in dojis or little red candles. It's losing momentum. Get out. And also the stock background on a Ninja changes to neutral or the opposite. So if you've got a green background on your Ninja platform on the Dominator, it's green and it goes to black or it goes to pink, then you want to get out. Your trend has changed. You don't want to be in that at that point in time. And you're also, of course, looking at the compass system, and the compass system would be also looking at your current time frame Laguerre and multi-time frame Laguerre. If they start changing, if you're bullish and the Laguerres are green, and all of a sudden they start going yellow or red, then that's a signal to get out of the trade as well. All right, so I'm going to just talk about a couple of trades. We did these trades this past week off of the Dominator and Compass combination. So this is Carvana. This is a daily chart right here. This is Friday, and you can see the big move down after earnings. So it was very, very bearish. So we're set up bearish on the Compass daily chart. So that's important. We want to use that. Now here's the Compass system on the 5-minute chart. Here's Carvana and the 5-minute chart. So you see how it's been coming down. Everything's red. It's coming down. It creates a compression level right here. Gets to pop out of the box signal to the downside. So this looks like a potential short for us. Even back here, this looks like a potential short. So what we want to be looking for when that happens is we want to be looking at, here's Carvana on the 5-minute on the Dominator system. This is the same thing. We go back and look here. You see where this arrow is right here? It's at about 1220, around 1220 right here. And this was occurring at about between 12 and 1215. So about 1220. Now 1220 is right here. This 1215, 1220 is right here. There's the compression. You can see it on the Dominator program. And you see we're breaking out of compression with a pop out of the box signal to the downside. Here would be our entry. You see how we have the sell signal right here. You look at the market internals. They're all red, And you actually could have got into this back here if you wanted to when the market internals went red, and you started getting sell signals here, then back here, you're going to be back over in this area, and everything was still red here. So anywhere along there would be fine. I was just pointing this out because we had a compression here, but there were other times before that where you could have got in. But any time in here would be a perfect short. Once the Dominator system started going from green to mixed green and red, as soon as they went to all red or mostly red, you started getting sell signals. So this is how you would look on the Dominator platform, on the Ninja platform, and look for your sell signals. And you notice you're looking at Carvana, you like it short. The background is dark pink. It's very, very bearish. Your market internals are all red, telling you to come into that stock. So anywhere in here you could buy that stock, and right here would be another good entry point. And now as the stock comes down, you're riding it down. You notice it was getting sell signals all the way down here, and then notice right here we start to get the market internals start to go from all red to mixed green and red. We've got some green candlesticks. The sell arrows go away. We would take profits right here because we've got market internals that are mixing. We've got no momentum left. So if we were in here, we would be out here, and if we come in here, we would be out right here. We're going to take that full flip, and that's a pretty nice trade on that. But I want you to see how that corresponds to the compass system. We're looking at Carvana. We've got a red on the compass. We've got breakdowns here. We've got the trend dots moving down. We've got acceleration dots on here. The 15 is moving down. The trend dots are below the 15. It's a beautiful short setup on the compass. They say, well, this looks like a good trade. And then you look at your market internals, and as soon as the market internals go red on that stock, you would go ahead and get into the trade. It just depends on where it is on the compass system and how close it is to any kind of support and resistance levels. But this is the kind of setup you're looking for. So this is how you use it in combination. Again, you're looking for the market internals to match the direction that you want to trade. So when the market internals in this case are red, and these market internals would be like this no matter what stock I brought up in here, then we're going to trade short. We want to go short when the market internals are all red like that. We want to go long when they're all green. If they switch over here to all green and the market internals are saying, okay, the market internals have gone bullish, we would now start looking for bullish stocks that have green backgrounds and looking for buy signals on those. You notice you don't get any buy signals on a bearish stock like this because it's got a pinkish background, so it's bearish. We're not going to produce any buy signals based on the market internals because you'd be counter trend trading. You'd be trading long a stock that should be trading short. But when you get this on the market internals, you start looking for long stocks to take. And if you find some stocks that got green backgrounds that are long coming off the scanner, and you see the market internals green, then you go long. And that's the way to trade those. And again, when you go long, you want to make sure the compass system is also giving you I'll go on long for that. You want all green on your multi-time frame Laguerre and the current time frame Laguerre. You want them green. And so that's basically the way that this is set up. I was going to show some live trades, but I can't because it's too late and there's no market internals being streamed right now. So I don't have any market internals to show. But I'll show some of these in the room this week. But it's important to understand, again, it's not really complicated here. What we're looking for is we're keying the direction of what the market is doing, which way we want to look, which way we want to go long or short. We're looking at the market internals. When the market internals are red, then we want to look for shorts. When the market internals are green, then we want to look for longs. And if we go back to some of these other charts we had back here, obviously, if we're looking at a stock like this, and we've got the pink background, we're going to go short when the market internals go red, so we started getting sell signals right here. Even though the market internals aren't completely red, the sell signal tells us that the Dominator system sees enough disparity in stocks moving down versus stocks moving up to produce a sell signal. If there wasn't a big enough disparity between stocks moving down and stocks moving up, the number of them, then it wouldn't put the sell signal in there. But you see, you get a sell signal here. You notice it doesn't show up on this candle or this candle, but it shows up back here again here. So it's determined that you wouldn't get out of it here, but you also probably, if you're in it, you stay in it, but you wouldn't enter it until you got a sell signal, which now tells you that your Dominator system or the market internals are bearish. And you see it starting, it moves sideways here. We're getting a lot of mixed candlesticks. So the best place to be on these is when you get all red or all green. Makes a big difference. And here's a situation where it went all green, and we got a buy signal right here, and it stayed all green almost all day. I mean, this is a trending market. You can see it's trending to the upside, and you could basically pick your spots on the compass system when to get in here. As soon as it comes out of dynamic compression zone, as soon as it bounces off a VWAP, as soon as it has some support that it comes down to and bounces. You know, we have the 15 here. It comes down, hits the 15, and moves up. So that was perfect from that one. And so there's a bearish one there, a bullish one there, and there's another bullish one there. So that's what we're looking for. Again, so the overall system here is we're just looking for the market internals on the Dominator system to give us a direction of the market. Now, what's the trend? How big a disparity is where stocks moving up, stocks moving down. And a lot of times there'll be a lot of mixture, and you're not going to trade. You're just going to watch. But once you get the market internals switching over to all red or all green, then you immediately start looking for stocks that are, if it's all green, you look for long stocks. If it's red, you start looking for shorts. You look on the background on the Ninja system to see what the background is on the stock. Make sure if you're going long, that it's green. If you're going short, it's red. And if they are red or green and the market internals agree, then you're going to have buy signals and sell signals. Then it's just a matter of looking at the compass system, making sure it's that agrees with that. Make sure that you've got red on bearish, green on bullish, and pick a spot where the stock is near a support level. When a stock moves sideways like this in compression, gets close to the 15 and then starts to move down, that's another good one. We had a VWAP up here we might have been able to trade off of earlier. Yes, that's a daily chart, sorry. So we don't know where this stock came from before because this is just a JPEG of it, but you can see this is what we're interested in. And you see we wouldn't want to be in it when you start getting the gear changing here, and we wouldn't want to be in it if the market internals switch to mixed or green. So that's how we use these things in combination with each other. So I hope that clears it up. I hope that helps a little bit. How we're going to do this again on bullish stocks. To trade bullish, we're looking for the Dominator background to be light green or dark green, and we're looking for a Dominator buy signal, because the buy signal tells us when we get a buy signal on the Ninja platform for the market internals. When the Dominator has a buy signal, it's telling us that we have market internals in our favor. They're bullish. On bearish, you're going to be looking at the Dominator background of pink or red, and you want Dominator sell signals. When the sell signals come up on a background that's red, it tells you that you have a market internals that are bearish, and you're looking at a bearish background, then you can go short. And then you want to just align that with the compass system to find your entries as close to a support for longs and as close to resistance for shorts. And again, when you have that kind of an alignment, you can take largest trade size, and you usually can stay in the trade long. You just follow the compass system and make sure it stays all green or all red, and make sure the market internals stay mostly green or mostly red. And again, some of the places we can enter is off the 15 EMA, bouncing off a VWAP, bouncing off of the white pivot point line if that's there, and breaking out of dynamic compression zones. All right, so that's it for tonight. Hopefully this will be helpful. We'll talk about this more and more as we move ahead with the compass system Dominator system combination. I think using these in combination is extremely powerful. I just have the Dominator system up running all day long in one chart, one screen, and the compass system running on my Tusk on the other one. And it's really easy to see when the market internals all go green or all go red, that I know which way the market's likely to go. One interesting thing about the market internals is they actually tend to be predictive of what the market's going to do. I've seen several cases where the market internals were red early in the day. The stock market the SPY was moving up, when I see that, I know I'm not going to be taking any longs when the market's moving up and my internals are all red. I'm not going to counter trend trade that. And most of the time when that happens, what happens is you'll see a dramatic reversal in the spot pretty soon, and it'll start coming down to match those market internals. The market internals will be predictive of where the market's going. So anyway, I'll put this. We'll be talking about this in the room tomorrow. I hope this is helpful. I wish I had some live charts to show right now, but I don't. But I'll show some more tomorrow. Once you read this, once you go over this video, we can ask questions about that. We can go over it again, and I'll do another one like this, perhaps with some live charts or something right after the market close one day, for anybody that wants to stick around and do it. I can do it right in our room. So again, thank you very much for watching the video, and we'll see everybody on Monday morning. We're looking for an exciting week. We had some really big trades recently. We had that huge HSBC time spread of 250% we made on that, and we made about 100%. Actually, some people made more than that on the snow debit spread on Friday. But last time I looked back, our win rate between October and the first few days of November is a little over 95%. We've had like 40 wins and 2 losses, so it's pretty dramatic. And I think we'll see even better results as we get better and better at using this Dominator system and the Compass system in combination. So again, thank you very much for being here today and listening to the video. We'll see everybody in the room in the morning, and have a great weekend.